Welcome everyone to another Conversations in the Void. I'm your host Graveyard, joined as always with my off-screen producer Salem. Make sure to say hi to Salem in the chat. Well, I know we are 2 hours earlier than normal, but we like to accommodate everyone on the East Coast here, even though we're in Chicago. But I am pleased to introduce this individual that I met and spent many days in a house with over a couple of months ago. Actor, director, and writer with works including the Fairfield County Four, of course, Wolf Hollow, Just Stay In, and many more. Please welcome to the Void, Noah J. Welter.
Hello. Thank you for having me. I'm excited to be here.
Oh, of course. I'm glad you're here. I mean, it's been a couple months in the process, and it's finally here. I can't wait just to know a little bit more about you, despite being trapped in the house with you for about 8 days.
Very literally trapped in a house. It was great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. Like I said, I haven't really had told that story, but yeah, essentially, single floor house that we were in there. There's like 15 of us at one point in the house, and basement not really usable, and upstairs not usable.
Well, the basement was usable for Tyler and I. We made use of it.
I mean, you did get a naked Otis out of it, yes.
When Tyler and I got there, because we were the first ones in the house, we looked at the attic in the basement, and the attic was it looked like the attic from Hereditary, and the basement looked like the ending of the Blair Witch, and we immediately said we're gonna have to come up with something in here. So then we made a short. It was fun.
Oh yeah, it is great seeing you guys go through that process and seeing the finished product, not getting to know every piece of it along the way, but seeing the final product. And I still never saw the fully Otis edition.
Weirdly enough, I didn't either. I was in the room and I didn't see it.
That's awesome. So no, let's kind of get to a little bit more about you. I know we discussed a lot of the stuff around the film set and stuff like that, but get to the audience to get to know you a bit more. What really got you into horror? Do you recall what your first movie was that is horror?
So I grew up with parents who didn't watch many movies at all. Actually, I was gonna say much horror, but they didn't watch any horror. But they didn't watch any movies really. They didn't show me. They showed me Chitty Chitty Bang Bang. They showed me the Blues Brothers. Not much. But I was a movie obsessed kid. So I would, from an early age, I would go on the TV, go to sci-fi SYFY, and I would watch the cheesy horror films, the Wrong Turn movies.
Yes.
I watched every single one of those far too many times. But then I would see stuff like Jaws and It. The original It with Tim Curry ruined my life as a child. I watched it at 8 or 9 years old, and it scared me so bad. But I grew up hiding this from my parents because they didn't want me to watch all the bloody gore horror movies. But it just got me far too obsessed with it. And then going to haunted houses as a kid and just falling in love with Halloween. Actually, on that, every year my parents would throw a giant Halloween party. There was 50, 60, 70 people there. So Halloween was really big in our house, movies not necessarily. So I was just that kind of horror spooky thing was ingrained in me since a child, and now I've grown up to an adult who does it professionally, and it's fun.
Oh yeah, I was 8 or 9 when I saw the original It, because I was actually alive at that point in time and was able to see it at that age. So I'm far older than you, but yeah,
it's scary at that age, especially because you're just afraid that there's going to be a clown under your bed.
Well, I think it was great for me because I don't know if you ever watched the old 90s Are You Afraid of the Dark? And there was the clown episode just reminded me heavily of Stephen King's It. And I loved it. And that was the only episode of Are You Afraid of the Dark that really got to me at that point in time, was that just thinking that there's going to be a cigar smoking clown hidden somewhere in my house.
Oh my gosh. Oh, well, during my childhood too, Courage the Cowardly Dog and Goosebumps were major. That was a huge thing. And Goosebumps has informed the majority of my life, honestly. It's so I think there was just all of these little moments of my life that just reinforced I'm going to be a horror person. It's inevitable.
Yeah, I feel the same way. I grew up with Goosebumps. A couple years ago I recollected all the original Goosebumps books. I had them all growing up. Then my parents oh, you're too old for them. Gotta read real stuff. I started reading Stephen King. They're get rid of all your Goosebumps. Give it to your nephew. I go, okay, and I did. And years ago when I had kids, he's I'm I like those bags. I don't have them. I'm
oh.
So I had to rebuy the entire set, reading them with my kids, and then they're watching the Goosebumps shows that go with it, and they're just going, the show's not even close to the books. The book's better. I'm like,
No.
Yes.
The books are the original TV series feels very like 90s, early 2000s, just cheesy kind of sitcom that they added like a kid's horror element to, which is super fun to watch. Like I like it, but the books are legitimately good. Like every single week when I would have my quote unquote like library class when I was in elementary school, I would go get another Goosebumps book and read it, and they're great. I actually started listening to them on audiobook recently too, because I don't know, it just like brings me back to my childhood.
Yeah. Have you watched the new series of Goosebumps?
So I watched one episode of the Justin Long one, and then one episode of the dude
David Schwimmer.
Friends. David Schwimmer, yeah.
Yeah.
I watched one episode of both, and I couldn't get through it because it was this weird thing where the writing and the general stories felt very much like they were trying to emulate Goosebumps, like the original one. But it has a big production budget, so it looks really good. And for some reason, that doesn't equate in my brain because it's like cheesy and fun, but it's like visually, it feels like it should be better than it is, and I just couldn't. I don't know. I feel like I could watch if I really got behind it. I could probably watch through it. It just it didn't hit the same that it did when I was a kid.
Yeah, it's almost like Fear Street level production, but with Goosebumps stories.
Yes, and the Fear Street movies, the first three at least, were masterpieces. They were so fun.
Mm-hmm. Oh yeah, I was not expecting her head went through the cake cutter. I was not expecting that to happen at all.
I thought they had like main character safety. None of that. It was crazy. And that series does a really good thing at like emulating three genres of film that I love, which is like, or three eras of film genres. I don't know. It's a little bit back and forth because it's like the 90s horror, the 70s horror, and then the like witch style, New England style 1600s horror. And it somehow does it all fairly perfectly, all within an encapsulated like trilogy. I love those.
Yeah, let's not talk about Prom Queen at all because that was just
no. So, I was angry at that movie. I typically can get through almost any movie and enjoy it somewhat. And that I got to the end of it, I was like nothing. I felt nothing for it other than just like disappointment in it.
Oh yeah, I was able to call the twist ending.
Yeah,
that they had. It was like, okay, this is like by the books. Like the first three are horror movies. This one was PG-13, like trying to do Prom Night but worse.
Yeah, there was in one scene. It was when they were at prom, and the one character, the like goth-ish girl, she had a bolo tie on, and this bothered me so much. Every time they switched back and forth to her bolo tie would go from being thrown over her shoulder to in front of her. And I don't know who edited it and didn't catch that, but it just kept flopping back and forth. I was like, Netflix, come on, you can do better than that.
I feel like they were just coasting at that point in time. Like, okay, we already established the trilogy is great, but let's keep doing it. And then this came out and we're going, maybe you shouldn't do this anymore.
Maybe you shouldn't just try to coast on this. You could have done better.
Yeah, for sure. But no, on movies front, what do you consider to kind of be the most underrated horror movie that you have watched that you just go, hey, Graveyard, Matt, if you haven't seen it, you have to watch this right now?
Oh, this is a good question because I have about 1 million of them. So a recent one that I watched and then immediately made my my partner Liza watch it with me is Haunt. It's a lower budget horror. And like I said this before, I love haunted houses. I've worked in a haunted house for years and years and years. It is one of my favorite things. And I have watched a lot of the haunted house horror movies. Houses that October built and Hell House LLC, like really good movies. Yeah. But in terms of not found footage genre ones, there's not many that are that good or that I've seen in general. I think that is a perfect example of like just a great it was indie, right?
Yeah. Oh yeah. Indie,
yeah. The budget was fairly low for it, but that is like perfect. It is like perfect indie filmmaking. I loved that movie. What else have I watched recently? Uh, hold on. This is such an important question. I'm bringing up my letterbox because my letterbox is my obsession in life,
Yeah.
and
Oh
it's
yeah. 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 We watched.
oh, sorry. Go ahead.
I say we watched last year for our normal podcast. We do about 31 movies in 31 days for October, and we
Yeah.
did all Hell House. We did the Haunts with the House October built, and all within like a week.
Oh my gosh. I
Yeah.
bet that was fun. Um, okay, so here's three quick ones
Okay.
that I watched recently that I loved. I only just recently watched Zombievers for the first time. Didn't think it was going to be that fun. My God, that's a blast! It's like 75 minutes of just pure stupid fun.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, Getaway, which was what's his name? Nick Nick
Uh,
Frost.
yeah. Yes. Yes.
I had seen
And,
that
and
on
Susan and
Shudder.
Susan B.
Yes, I had seen that advertised on Shudder and like everywhere for a while, and I didn't care about it. I finally watched it. It's so good. There's so many twists in it. It's so fun. It is such a good just like popcorn movie that has a little bit extra. And then the third one, which was a movie that blew my mind recently, and it's a movie called Cannibal Mukbang. It's by a director named Amy Coog. I want to get
Okay.
her last name. She is a New York-based filmmaker,
Mm-hmm.
and it is to describe this movie almost will never do it justice. It's like if you took Texas Chainsaw Massacre, Eternal Sunshine for the Spotless Mind, and like 500 Days of Summer, and then put them all together perfectly. It's so hard to describe what it is because it's a mixture of so many genres, but it's so good. It's a really small budget indie film. The effects are incredible. The story's so good. The performances are mind-blowingly good. It is. I would fully recommend anyone who likes horror but really loves like indie horror to
Mm-hmm.
check it out immediately. It is so good.
Yeah, I have not watched Cannibal Mukbang. It's weird, kind of like because I have this show here that we do a lot of indie stuff here. I kind of stick to indie for these type of shows, but then
Mhm.
we go after M Night Shyamalan that we're doing right now. We're in the middle of the Friday the 13th franchise. The last week
Yeah,
doing all those, and we kind of keep the bigger stuff, but occasionally indie horror makes its way into the movie review podcast. I'm just going, okay, before I tear this movie apart, do I personally know anyone involved in this movie?
yeah. I when I watch a lot of indie horror, especially
Mhm.
because all my friends work in the industry, and when I back a movie by saying stuff like that, it's because it is actually just objectively a good movie. Like, it's so
Mhm.
good. And so I found out about her through one of the feature films, the first feature film that I wrote. It won a screenplay contest, and she was one of the previous winners. So I just got connected with her and was talking with her. Because Cannibal Mukbang, the script, won the same contest.
Yeah.
So one of the things that I love about the indie horror world, especially once you get connected in a little bit, is being able, like, I sat down and watched that movie and then immediately got to message the writer director, who were like acquaintances now in line, and say, oh my God, this was so good. Like, being able to immediately talk with the people who are in the industry who created the things that you loved is, I don't know, it just feels good.
Oh yeah. I mean, this is why I do the show. We met. And we would never have met had I not been doing this show,
Yeah.
because I started doing the show a couple of years ago, and that's how I met Josh.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Yeah. And he's like, a couple of years, he's like, hey, I'm shooting this in the movie. Do you want to come down here? I'm like, sure, stranger I just met on the internet. I'll come to your house for a weekend. And so
Yeah.
we did. And now we are, 3 years later, now part of Horror Dads and getting to meet people on set and just doing awesome stuff.
That's so cool. I love how that kind of thing works out in this industry. Like, you just it's the places you never think you'll meet people, and then you do, and it ends up making like some of the best friendships and some of the best projects. And yeah, it's
Yeah.
awesome.
Yeah. Like I said, in February, I went to the Akron Nomicon.
Oh
And
yeah.
yeah, and I just happened. The guy's like, "Hey, I happen to know the guy that runs it. He's on the show. He booked." He's like, "Hey, you want a table for free for the show?" I go, "Sure." I go there. I know some people there in indie world, and other people like, "Hey, you're Matt." I'm like, "Yeah." Are you part of Horror Dads? Yeah, we know you. I'm like, "Cool." I don't know who you guys are, but unfortunately, but
That's awesome.
I got to meet awesome people there. Everyone booked. I had, one of the main zombies from The Walking Dead on the show because of that.
Whoa,
Yeah.
that's so cool.
Yeah. So
That's
Noah,
incredible.
but on the opposite, is there any, not necessarily indie, but major IPs or horror franchises that you just don't get the popularity of, that you just can't get behind? That's just not your cup of tea, really. Not to bash them, but like,
Huh. That is a good question. Um, I'm like digging through all the popular ones to see if there's any specific ones that so I just naming them off, like the Halloween franchise. I love the majority of them. There's some that are like a little bit hit or miss, but they're still fun.
mhm.
I hate the Halloween Ends. I think that's a terrible, terrible movie.
Yes.
But like the rest are good. Nightmare on Elm Street, I think, is a genius series, especially with like uh, a new Nightmare being the final one. Like that, all of that just worked perfectly.
Mhm.
Friday the 13th is one of the few that I haven't seen a lot of. That I own all of them. I just haven't seen all of them. I typically like them when I watch them too. I like the first one so much and the second
Yeah.
one, but like from there on, I've seen them when I was a kid, but can't really remember them. Oh, uh, Saw is one that I'm never like super into. I've tried to watch the majority of them.
Mhm.
I own them all on DVD. If you put one on, I'd watch it, but the first one I think is genius. Like it's great, but as it went on, it's just I don't know. It wasn't my cup of tea.
Yeah, we did that. We did Saw franchise all within a month, and when
Oh, really?
the last Saw came out, my personal opinion, the biggest overrated stuff is the Conjuring universe. I don't like them. I don't need to have movies rated R for scary.
Yeah, 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 yeah.
And we have the Last Rites coming out. I can't wait to see what other special powers that now Lorraine Warren is going to have. Maybe we should have pyrokinesis. Who knows at this point?
Yeah. I really in the Conjuring series, I like the Conjuring movies.
Mm-hmm.
The ones that are offshoots from that, like The Nun and some of the Annabelle movies, I'm just like, hit or miss. The first Conjuring movie I think is great, and then as they go on, it's like, yeah, it's more Conjuring movies.
Yeah, it's the last one. We'll see, but who
Fingers
knows?
crossed, it's relatively good.
Yeah, I'm excited for Scream 7 with Matthew
Honestly,
Winter coming back.
Radio Silence has been killing the new Scream franchise. I think they have done a really good job with it.
Mm-hmm.
Mind you, Radio Silence is one of my favorite production companies, so this is probably biased. I think Ready or Not and Abigail are two of the greatest films ever created. Ready or Not is insanely incredible. So like biased, I'll give myself that, but I think they're really really good.
Mm-hmm.
And they feel like they're staying true to the franchise, which people who love those franchises would be mad if they didn't. And it feels good. Like it feels what they're doing is correct.
Yeah. I would say that Scream is one of the few franchises that hasn't really jumped the shark.
Yeah.
I don't know if, I mean, it never had a straight to DVD release, which is good. Of course, neither Friday the 13th, but Hellraiser had like most of them straight to DVD. We did all those one year, and that was a slog to get through the back 7.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, yeah. You know what you should do? You should, because Amityville, anyone can make those movies now, and I think there's like 60 of them. You should sit down and watch through every single Amityville movie that's ever been created.
There are 2 franchises that are, in case of emergency, break glass that we have no other ideas.
Mm-hmm.
One is the Evil Bong series.
Yep. Yeah.
Because I don't think I can sit through 8 of those, plus the 7 spin-offs that tie into the Ginger Dead Man with all that stuff. And Amityville, extra Amityville stuff. Like, I would do the mainstay, like 11 to 12 of them that are part of the Amityville horror. I don't think I could do, Amityville House in Space. I don't think I could do Amityville Shark. Now, granted, we know people involved with those movies.
Yeah. There's just so many. It almost makes me want to make one, honestly, just because I can.
Yeah, it's interesting. Amityville Shark was weird. You know, Amityville Ghost, really weird. Amityville House in Space was bizarre to say the least. But
And then there's the Ryan Reynolds Amityville movie.
you know, here'd be a twist now with that franchise. Make a good Amityville movie.
Hey, no, let's not go that far. That's you're a little crazy now.
I know. Well, here's the idea. You like haunted houses? Do the Amityville haunted house. That someone buys a house, open up as a haunted house.
You know what? That's actually not a bad idea. That could work actually really well. Oh, now I'm gonna have to do that, aren't I?
Yes, you are.
All right, I'll start writing.
Okay, if you need the beard guy, I'm there.
I got you.
Okay. So Noah, how did you get into acting? I know you started in the theater and stuff like that, and theater is really different than movie and
so different
TV work.
So I grew up doing theater, mostly through high school, and then I got to college and I didn't do it my freshman year, and then my sophomore year when I changed schools, I went to Slippery Rock in Pennsylvania. It's about like an hour north of me. I took, as a gen ed class, I just took an acting class because I did that in high school, really liked acting, really liked the arts. And the professor that I had, I wasn't sure if she liked me because she was really hard on me specifically in the class.
Okay.
And after the final, she took me up to her office because she was like, I need to talk to you. I was like, okay. And she sat me down. She was like, I need you to right now at least declare the minor for theater because I want you to keep acting. I would like if you did the major. She was like, the only reason I was hard on you is because I see a lot of potential in you. I want you to keep acting. I want you to keep with this. And that was the first time that someone like told me like, hey, you have something. I don't know what it is, but you have something. You should keep doing this.
Yeah.
So I did theater all through college, loved that, and then started to do more theater once I got out of college, like professionally. And while I was in college, I started doing stuff on film sets just for money, like some extra work and stuff.
Yeah.
But I never really had a passion for film acting until, and this is such a specific thing, I was rewatching Without a Paddle for maybe the 100th time because I loved that movie. And it's the scene where they're all sitting around a campfire. It's the first night that they're out camping. And I was just watching it, and something about it just struck me that the world that you can create in film that you can't in theater, where it's like, it feels like such a genuine moment where these people are really existing here environmentally, just with each other, because of the way that film works and the magic of film. And I was like, oh, I think I want to do more of this. So I started auditioning for things. I did a bunch of shorts here and there. And then what honestly really got me into it, even though I'd been acting for a while, I'd been acting in shorts, I had done like little stuff here and there.
Yeah.
I got cast in Mark Kintu's second feature. Well, he did some others, but it's like new line of features, his second one called Wolf Hollow. And Mark is an incredible human to work with, and he's really patient, and he's one of the most loving humans that I've ever met. And he basically just took me under his wing. He did everything on that set. He was the writer, director, he produced it, he was the director of photography, he did sound, he did lighting, he did everything. Wow. And he kind of just took me under his wing for the 2 weeks that we were on set and a few weekends here and there, and just showed me everything that was going on. And that made me fall in love with the indie world of horror filmmaking, but like the indie world of filmmaking in general. And I liked doing film acting before that. After that experience, I like fell in love with it and like realized that I found my people and I found my place. And since then, it's just been kind of a cascade of doing all of the stuff that I possibly can do. But yeah, it's been a cool journey.
I know. I don't know if we discussed, but yeah, I did theater and drama all in high school, and I learned all the stuff that went into the making of a play, whether it was working house, whether it was sound, whether it was lighting, whether it was script building, whether it was set building, and anything in piece. I learned how to do it, and I'm like, I really enjoy this. So my friends, I started making sketches and skits. I started writing, and then my parents like, all right, now you have to get a real career and do something in college. So I stopped all of that for like 12 years. and have been back into it now for 4-ish at this point. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I wish I didn't skip that entire time.
Honestly, my parents, I cannot thank them enough. My mom, she has her doctorate in education. She was the superintendent of a school district. She was like, she's the kind of person you'd think would be like, go to school, get a good job.
Mhm.
And really what she wanted for me the whole time was for me to be happy.
Mhm.
So all through like me getting started in the industry when I didn't have money, I didn't have work, it was a struggle. She was like so supportive of that and could see that I loved it and could see that it was like something that I wanted to do and did everything to support me all through that. So did my dad. Both of them really, really did. So it is nice to have that kind of backing behind you because it is hard.
Yeah.
Leaving the industry to go get a job that pays you more seems like a reasonable thing, but it's worth it when you stay with it. And having people behind you
Mhm.
reinforcing that is always helpful.
Yeah. It's right now. I'm just weekend warring it as much as I can. Every weekend is generally doing something with movies and film at this point in time.
Yeah.
Despite what my wife says.
It's fun. It is. I get that. I've done a bunch of weekend warrior. I did a whole feature that was just weekend warrior stuff over the course of like a few months.
Yeah.
It's I don't know. Indie people find a way to make it happen, and the products end up being really good.
Yeah. It's like I said, it's a lot of blast. As I said, I would not have traded that entire time on the set in Connecticut for anything in the world. It was such it's such a huge production, and you are with the people for a very long time in really close quarters. And we really became a family on set.
I've been talking to Tyler far too much after that. For anyone watching who doesn't know, it was the director of photography on the film. So we call each other like 4 times a week just to talk for a while and bullshit.
Mhm.
But I have said to him so many times that being on the Fairfield County Four set reminded me why I love this so much. I mean, I've been on offsets the last few years with a bunch of projects. Some of them good, some of them, some of them still good, but I just didn't, we were making a film. That was it.
Yeah.
The amount of pure joy and fun that I had on the Fairfield County set, I cannot express. Like it was such a good experience where we all came together and had fun for a week and made film. It feels like what you wanted it to be when you were a kid. Like it's just we made pretend for a whole week and had fun with each other, and yeah, so it was genuinely the best experience.
Yeah, despite the rains and bear sightings and tick infested.
Don't talk about that. Don't talk about that. We talk about the good times.
Oh yeah, it's still good times. Like I said, I don't think anyone got ticks, which I'm very surprised about.
So surprised. With all the warnings everywhere, I was like, someone's gonna get a tick, someone's gonna get Lyme disease, and no one did. It was great.
Or poison ivy.
Yeah,
because there was a ton.
There was so much. With everything that could have went wrong that week, not much did. It's great.
Yeah.
The rain did help hold things up. I will say that, but we just got to hang out, honestly.
Oh yeah, and we're still gonna shoot Were Bitch at some point in time.
Yes.
Oh man, it's a blast. We used the costume one more time at Hunters a couple weeks
really
ago. Oh yeah, we were just having fun with it. So we have more stuff planned with it.
Good, I love that.
Oh man, so no, with all your experience, what's the best horror movie of all time, in your opinion?
The best horror movie of all time. Okay, so there's 3, but if I had to pick one to be my forever, like I can only watch one movie, it's Tucker and Dale versus Evil. Yes. I think it is a perfect movie through and through. Yeah. It is like a comfort movie for my soul. I put it on and I feel safe. It's just so good.
Well, I believe we watched a lot of movies in our downtime over the filming. I think we watched Tucker and Dale.
Yeah.
We did. We watched Clown in the Cornfield. We watched multiple Friday the 13th.
So many Friday the 13th.
And Screamboat.
Oh my God, yeah, we did. I need to sit down and rewatch that. I sat down and rewatched Clown and Cornfield again because same guys, Tucker and Dale vs. Evil.
Yeah.
But I need to rewatch Screamboat. I want to lock into that movie and see how it is.
Yeah, I mean, we were all distracting each other a lot. I know, with everything that was going on.
It was just ridiculous. It was so fun.
Oh yeah. All right. Well, Noah, surprisingly, we're at our time here, so let's get into these roundup questions.
Cool.
All right, ready?
Yeah, hit me with it.
Practical or CGI?
Oh, practical every day.
Yeah. I said 2 people have said CGI in 105 episodes. So
yeah, CGI has its place, definitely. But for effects, like for blood and gore, practical. So fun.
If you're not getting wet with blood, you're not doing something right.
That's the best part. It is the best part.
It is. Oh, we had so much fun with the blood too on set.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
All right. If someone knocked on your door and said, "No, we want you to either act or write or direct the next entry in this franchise," what would it be?
Probably the Scream franchise, mostly so I could work with the Radio Silence people. So if they were doing like Ready or Not 3 or Abigail 2, that's okay too. But like Scream, like the next Scream, I would kill to be in that.
Now, would you be a protagonist or antagonist?
See, I would want to be the Matthew Lillard, where he's good up until the end, but then you still feel bad for him. My mom and dad are gonna be so mad at me. It's just you're like, oh, poor guy. That's what I want.
Yeah. I mean, and there's been theories abundance now with Scream 7 that they're saying, "Oh, he's Matthew Lillard's in it. That Stu's alive."
I would give anything to see him back on the screen. He's my peak. That's one of my number ones.
So you want to act opposite Matthew Lillard then, huh?
Oh, I would do anything in the world to do that. His daughter is a student at the college that I work at, and he occasionally comes and visits. And my goal is to meet him on one of his visits. I just want to be like, "You're the best. I love you." That's it. I don't even know what else to say.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
And my wife goes, "If you ever get Matthew Lillard on the show, you have to let me know. I'll actually watch it."
She's honest.
She's like, I've had some bigger name people on the show too, and she's like, "Oh, you had my childhood Kathleen Wilhoit, who was on Gilmore Girls. It was Luke's sister, and is the voice of Pepper Ann from the cartoon." I'm like, yeah. She didn't watch that one.
No, but Matthew Lillard, hear me out.
Matthew Lillard, yeah. I'm like, maybe she has a reason for that. Why not? Who knows?
I don't know.
All right. Now, any advice for people getting into the field of acting?
Of acting, keep with it. If you love it, keep with it. Don't go into it for the fame and the fortune, because that likely won't come. Go into it because it's something that you love. And don't let the no's dissuade you. I have been told no more times than I can count. Hundreds, thousands of auditions that I've done that I've gotten no's for. And I mean, the thing with that is you're not going to be right for every role, and that's okay. But then you land the things that you are made for, and it feels like a life-changing experience. And it makes all of the no's worth it. So don't let any of the no's, any of the hardships, any of the difficulty dissuade you. Find your people and just keep with it, because it will work out eventually. You'll and it's fun. The entire ride will be fun. Every single time that you get to be on any size of a set, it will be fun.
Oh yeah, like I said, it's a blast. I can't wait to be on set again, quite honestly. And that's why partially why I'm doing these shorts too, is just to get back onto a set.
On set.
Great, it's my set, but
yeah, it's still fun.
It's still
fun.
I
get it.
I think I've been on one set that's not mine. A part of mine stuff, which
really,
yeah. So I want to get more other people's sets too,
Yeah,
and not have to
I'll have you on one. I'll put together something soon. Don't worry.
not have to be the guy at the house that helped make everything happen.
Make him. Oh God. When I get to go on a set where my pure only job is acting, it's great because I'm typically in like a director producer role where I have to worry about everything the entire day. And when I just get to act, I'm like, oh, this is great. This is easy. This is easy stuff.
Yeah, like I said, you wear many hats in the indie world. You know, you do whatever you have to get done. If you have to hold Stone's intestines for the scene, you do it. It doesn't matter. You just do it.
It's part of the world.
Exactly. Now, no, I didn't warn you, but I do ask every guest a random horror trivia question.
Oh my gosh.
The deck.
I'm ready.
All right. You ready? A hacksaw is used to saw a woman in half vertically by a psychotic clown.
Terrifier.
Okay. Yep. Do you want to try a different one that's not so easy?
Sure.
All right. What family resides in the mansion on 001 Cemetery Lane?
Is that Pet Cemetery?
No.
I haven't seen. I only saw the remake. So 001 Cemetery Lane. I don't know. What is it?
Do you want a hint?
Yeah.
Dun.
Oh my gosh. Literally just been rewatching, or I just started the new season of Wednesday.
Mm-hmm.
That's crazy that I didn't know that. I grew up watching that show too, which is the worst part. That and the Monsters I watched a ton of, but I didn't know that.
Yeah, Monsters is 1313 Mockingbird Lane. I know that.
I think that's another thing that got me into spooky stuff. My parents my dad watched a lot of the Addams Family and the Monsters when I was growing up, like old TV, which I loved. I loved that stuff.
Oh, I watched Nick at Night all the time growing up.
Mm-hmm.
I loved it. I think classic. It's there for a reason. Like Twilight Zone, still a perfect show.
Yeah, it holds the name that it does for a reason, and people remember it for a reason.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
All right. Awesome. Noah, before we go, where can people find you if I learn everything about you and your upcoming works and projects?
Oh, so if you look up my name on the internet, you'll find a lot of stuff about me, hopefully good stuff. Noah J. Welter. My Instagram and a lot of my other social media is at Noah_Welter, WELTER. Or if you just look up Fairfield County Four, I'm on that IMDb page, and you can find me from there.
Yeah, I mean, you've now have 2 werewolf movies on your belt. How many more are you going to do?
I hope more. They're always fun. It's shockingly fun.
Yeah, it is. It really is. Like I said, I have a couple of things I'm working on. I'm doing a werewolf 40-ish minute movie here next couple months. So
let's go. That's awesome. They're a blast. They really are.
Yeah. Awesome. Well, Noah, thank you very, very much for coming on the show. Really glad you're here. You're welcome back anytime. You have any projects, if you have any Kickstarters, anything you're trying to get funded, let us know. We'll have you back on and get the word out there.
Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. This was great.
Of course. Well, everyone who's not new here, follow us on all social media, Pod at Night. We'll see you next time. And don't get lost in the void. Good night.